tonight I'm going to go over a little bit of philosophy, what we like to talk about. I believe in trying to put things together. I'm not really big on teaching all I'm going to do is single legs, all I'm going to do is high crotches. I believe in every tie you should set up single legs, high crotches, doubles, what do you want to do. And a big part of that in wrestling, for me, at least, but I think the important part, you see most high school athletes and a lot of college athletes is the collar tie. And I'm not talking about collar tie, you don't want to hang right here. I'm talking about you have to make contact with that head. Okay? You have to try to move your opponent when you're wrestling. Okay? That's going to be really vital when you're trying to do setups, because when you're high school, there's setups are there, and in college, the windows get smaller. The setups are the same, but the windows of opportunity get smaller. So you have to almost anticipate when the openings are going to be there if you want to attack and be successful. So one of the things I think I'm a big believer in, I believe in attacking, I want to keep my hands down. If I can attack wrist first, that's great, that way he's not attacking me. But I always want to attack with my backhand and the head first. Okay? If I can come here, attack the wrist, and come to the head, that's going to be important for me. Now, one of the things I think is really important, though, is making a collar tie and staying there is not a good thing. Okay? It's not a good thing, because if I hang on a collar, I'm giving him elbow ties, I might even give him inside control. I'm giving him positions that I don't want to give him. So when I make contact, I got to start moving my feet, moving to my attack. Okay? It's real important. So when I make contact, whether I'm attacking low, keep my hands down, or just come up with the collar, I always circle to my attack. I like to circle to the attack. I think that's going to put a lot more pressure on him. I'm not very strong. It's not a lot of pressure. But I start moving my feet with attack. See what just happened there with that elbow? His hand came right up to my arm. Okay? And those are the small windows I'm going to talk about. If I would do the same thing, move him instead, I may let him ground his elbow, take control, start passing his by. Okay? So what I'm doing is I'm looking for what I call them indicators. I'm waiting for hands to come up. As soon as they're coming up or make that contact, I'm looking to attack. And some of them are going to seem really simple, but they're very effective. Okay? So one of the things is, as I move this guy, I club and I move. When I feel that hand come up, right now I have a shot. Because right now his hand's up. Okay? For me, at this point, I'll probably be looking for like a head outside or what you might call a high crotch. If I change levels, I'm going to pull the head. Now, it's important. Again, I like to bring my power to the attack. That's what I like to call it, power to the attack. I don't want to keep a hand up and attack. Once I pull, I'm trying to get this hand down as quick as possible, bring two hands to the attack. So once I move them, I feel that hand come up. I change levels. My high crotch or head outside. Now, I'm going to talk about different finishes a little bit. There's different philosophies on depending on the body types of guys that you're coaching. So I'm not going to teach the same finish for a short body guy or a tall guy. They're all going to be a little bit different. Some guys can do all of them. They're great athletes. They can do a lot of different finishes. But again, I'm looking for indicators. That's really big for me. Hands coming up and making him react to me. So I club and I move with my feet. First shot's real simple. High crotch. You'll see this happen a lot of times. Often, maybe 5 seconds up in the period. Guy comes in and says, boom. Turn that corner, move for your attack. Okay? Real important. Turn that corner as quick as you can. I know you guys all know this. I just have to say it over and over again. That trail leg, and I call it my trail hand, have to be there as quick as possible. So once I move him, I take my attack. Hands coming to attack, back legs coming to attack. Okay, right in this position. Now my different philosophy a little bit with this leg attack. There's a couple finishes here. One is you can come high on, I like to call it the belly of the hamstring. What I like about this, if you can get in there, pull this guy tight, pull your hips in. This is nice. I pull it into my ribs here. This pulls this leg tight, my chest tight. Now, no matter what, if he sprawls, I still got some power here. Still some power. Cut that corner. All right. So that's the first thing I'll go over. Just talking about grabbing that belly. Now, there's times when you're going to miss that. I'm going to go snake down and try to get into it. Because I can circle right here. Hit this attack. Trail legs up. Trail legs up. Back legs kind of turn the corner. This backhand, it's going to be, ideally, talking about teaching guys when I can really deep his elbow, that's not realistic. I don't think I match. At least not for me, I wasn't that fast. So once I get in, if I can catch the meat of that hamstring, I pull that tight, my chest is tight. So no matter what he sprawled, it's real easy for me to step and knee slide. Okay? Not a knee slide right here. In this position, I'll turn that corner, every corner angle or attack. Take the weight off. The near foot, put the far foot, tap. Okay. You're attacking or lifting. Attacking or lifting. Whatever, depending on your athlete. Again, I'm not going to get caught up in how you have to finish. I'll go over some different finishes. I want you to understand that when you're coaching your different athletes, you have to coach different finishes. That's something that's probably really valuable for me. When I first got into coaching, I was like, this way you got to do it. This way I was taught. And after time, I realized I wouldn't win a whole lot of matches because I was pretty stubborn. Okay, so open up as a coach, open up as an athlete. So once I turn this corner, again, simple, both hands to the attack. I'm trying to grab the belly of that hamstring right now. Pull this tight. Again, this is ideal, but probably not real this. Right here, belly. As he goes to sprawl, it's nice and tight from the chest. Release and cut that corner. Grab the double finish. Okay. Some other things to talk about. If for some reason we like to attack the belly first, if this guy is pretty powerful and explosive, I may not get deep as I want. I might start to hit this shot, he starts to sprawl. What I'm going to do now is I start to snake down. Snake down. Now, talk about knee slides a lot, real important in wrestling. They're not just forward back, they're also sideways. So once I'm in here, even if I start to lose them, I'll start to snake down. Actually, I'll sidestep. I'm actually going to knee slide sideways, but a little trick that I like to do, I want to drive all my pressure in. I want to feel a little bit of pressure back. I'm going to create a little separation. Create a little bit of separation that allows me to knee slide sideways and get an angle this time. So once I'm in, he starts to sprawl. I know I'm in trouble right now. I drive in. I'm right here. This is a good position. He's got maybe a block on my elbow. I'm not sure. When I'm ready, I drive in, and I'm going to change levels now. I'm going to kind of sit my heel to my ankle, and knee slide a little bit sideways and create space. I'm almost falling back on my butt. So I drive, give enough pressure forward. I know I can't go to double. Outside step, knee slide can be a little bit sideways. I'm going to drop to my heel. Right here. I bounce right up. This allows me better leverage, come to the ankle, look where his hand went. Right to the mat, easy cut that double leg. Okay. And again, the trick again, space this one. Okay, as he sprawled, I brought to me that I couldn't get the belly, I slide down. Step to the outside. Again, I'm probably, if I just start driving, I'm probably going to get extended against a strong guy. Drive in. Now I'm going to side step. Step, knee slide, pick that up. This is subtle knee slide. Any questions for those two? Again, attack the belly first. And this is just a rule of thumb for me. Attack the belly first, from tight. I can have a great position. So start getting extended. Slide down, step, little knee slide. Drive in first, little knee slide, hold my butt. Come right up. Right, now that's basically just coming from this column. And again, this is going to open up a lot of different shots, single high crotches, doubles, picks, which I'll get into. Next thing I want to talk about is this guy doing a great job holding on to this elbow. A little bit of a finish. He's trying to block this elbow. This is really difficult to try to get this off. So I'm talking about when I drive in, this little side step drives this elbow, and this hand, all my elbows in the back. So this is going to be a important part. Once I'm driving in, that little shift releases there. So that's a little point you want to make sure you try to do with your tongue with your guys. Drive in, side step, you're still at the same head pressure, you push, hand comes off. Now, if the guy's being a real study here, I can't even knee slide. Straight hips is following me really nice. I'm going to change this up. I'm still driving in. This I'm going to knee slide straight in. The hands are going to attack straight up. So I drive in, pop them up. Take his power. Guy with powerful hips, if I can get him in the air, it's going to be a lot better for me. Get those guys that can funk, flexibility, or just big old hips. If I can get up in the air, that's going to help me a lot. So here, and knee slide into the right drop, that didn't work. Now I'm going to knee slide forward, but again, I drive forward into him, create that space. As I drop my knee slide, straight up. Now a lot of times, see where his hand went? A quick shift to a double leg lock, easy finish. A lot of times that's there immediately. Some guys pause it up, so for track downs, which I think you're in a great position. Don't create more work for yourself. Start coming here. And there's a lot of good high crotch finishes, but don't create more work if you don't have to. You want to finish quicker than this guy. One leg come up, right here. Okay. If I go to double right away, do so. Right to my hip, elbow to hip, elbow to hip, double leg. couple simple finishes that I think are basic that you should learn. Because you gotta have to be realistic. You know, high crotch turn, corner cut, double. That's what you teach every day. That's what kids are drilling every day. But you also have to put yourself in positions that are realistic. They're going to take that arm away. They're going to pinch their knees. They're going to sit down and turn the corner. So these are things I want to avoid any chance I get on these shots. So again, move my indicator. Can't quite get it. Right away. Okay. First I'm looking for is go double. Now, occasionally it's going to happen. He's going to pinch his knees tight, so I can't get my arm out. Okay. Now I need to attack. Like in a perfect world, I can whip this around and catch that. But a lot of times I'm just going to swing him, catch that foot, back. Okay. Swing, catch, drive him to the mat. Now, when I drive the guy to a mat, here's what I see a lot of, especially this day and age. Kids are so good at funking. Anytime I can hide my ankles, slide to the hip, I'll take that. So if I come up here, he's open to grab my ankles. If I can stay on the mat right here, yet if I can't reach this, maybe I can, maybe I can't. Swing, catch. If you're watching my hips, I'll kind of sit on my hip. Instead of falling down sideways, I'll just kind of slide off to my hip. Keep a little height. Now drive my feet, top hand. Start pushing right here. Push those legs. Real simple. Now I got two options. Leg turk. I'm really big on getting that finish in a second. The other one is once I clear it, bring straight over. Arm turk here. Okay, from this position now, again, I don't want to give him any funk. I don't want to give him my ankles. He'll be looking for ankles, I promise you that. All I'm going to do is create a lot of height. My lat is actually going to slide up his body. As he's trying to scramble, when I keep circling, I'm creating height. I'm going to slide my lat up his lat. So I can go cross face. Lots of finishes you can step over. You got to be careful with this. Because I hate when you have great position and you go to a turk and the referee stops it. So you really have to understand your official. If this guy's real flexible, they may let it go. A lot of times, once I step this, it looks great. A lot of referees will stop this. This is just as effective. Right here. Once I'm here, I'll go palm down, curl my fingers, arm straight. It's nice and tight. Okay, again. So when I pop through, I like to sit on my knee or ankle. I'll tell you, guys are great at funking. When I slide down, I just slide off my ankle. Slide off, drop to the mat. I don't want to just fall down. Can't get the double, catch it, or if I can't, swing it, catch, slide off. Constantly moving my feet. Another little tip. Once my arm's in there, I slide my elbow on the inside of his thigh. Looks like I'm doing a curl. A lot of pressure, knock that off. Two options. Push it off the turk. Okay. When I do this turk, the most important thing for me is to get my hip into his hip. And I want to continue to lift this way. Once I've cleared this, have that turk. Not that I'll push on that knee. I want my hip to attack his hip. Once I'm here, I get a nice pinch tight, hip to hip, my back leg to drive. If I can turn with my hips, that's going to be key, not my arms. I turn with my hips first. Turn my head. Start attacking. And how do you want to finish? Come through, ankle or double, swing, catch, slide off. As he's coming off, slide off my shoulder. It's the third part now. The elbow and the thigh. Push him. Okay. Again, he's going to be scrambling with me. So I got to keep moving, especially my feet right there. He's trying to slow me up. I got to keep these feet moving. Once I'm here, don't give this up. It's not even close. Plant, close it again. In my lat, move up his lat, circle. Again, I'm lifting this foot high, drop my free foot, and turn his hips with my hips first. Hands coming in second. Okay. Really, a lot of times I see this, and this is okay for back ones. You won't get the pin. Once I get my height, I need to pop this shoulder through. Calm down. Make sure I not pop that shoulder through. Then I'll cinch it back. It's pretty tight. Good position to be in. And again, that whole turtle thing, no different from being here. Flying down, driving, posting. Okay. Get my height, hips in. Okay. First one more time. Flying down, push that off. Double on top. Catch. Yes. Closing the gap. I'm not just reaching back here aimlessly. I gotta get my height. Get my lat, chest back into them, so I can cross things. It's actually simple, high crotch, couple finishes I threw at you. Again, I'm not concerned about going in a whole lot of finishes tonight. I just want to show you how one time can lead to a lot of attacks. So we just talked about right to a shot. Go ahead to a shot. Second thing that works really well off of this, I'm putting a couple things together. Same kind of movement, working my way up the body, attack, circle to it, make them work. Now he's circling that away. When you time that, I'm going to side step, pull the head over my head, looking for a sweep. Now the problem with this one, you're probably going to over-attack it, because this guy takes off forward. So you just have to be prepared to keep wrestling. Excuse me. A regular single leg has some great control. This one, he's going forward, I'm a little low. So we have to make that adjustment. You have to know on this type of shot, you have to wrestle to the finish. You can't just assume you're going to have it. So I move forward. You know, see leg's not there. Right away, I pull the head, shifting the weight again. This is what makes it work. I don't let it go and attack. I pull myself in. Side step. Okay. Now, even though I overshot it, my head is staying high, more towards the thigh. Get your kids resist doing this one's crazy. They beat a kid, they go right here. Now we're just scrambling. Grab his ankle, put his knee away from me. Now we got a battle. So your head position, up, try to find that thigh with your head. That's not there, you pull it away. That's a circling, side step. Right here, I don't grab the leg, I usually post. One area is really be paying attention, this guy doesn't kick out. That's when I'm ready to wrestle. So if he goes to kick out, pick that up, put on the table right here. Finish. Moving them, have a high crotch. Move them, single leg. Posting that hand, driving forward. Really take it, also keeps it from kicking forward, also keeps it from spinning. If I stay down here, you can just spin, step over the back, or spin. Post. I think I'm in great shape. Yeah, anything up over the top now I have. Great shape. So again, one tie. That's what I'm looking for. Elbow up. Second time, corner across. Shifts his weight. Now, sometimes we get caught up and you have to pull the leg to you that you want to attack, which is the case a lot of times. Sometimes I can just shift that weight. This leg becomes really light. Raise and finish. I'm all about easy finishes. Okay? So anytime, a couple points, two hands to the attack all the time. Two hands to the fight. Really, really important. Second thing is sometimes I'm going to shift the weight. So away from the leg I want to attack. Makes this a lot lighter. This actually helps with the overshot. If all the weight was on it, I overshot again, I mean, he could drive back into me, pull me up, never done that one. So try to get all that leg, weight shifted. Post. And one thing that's really important to mention, once I'm in here, I want to pick this up and put it on my thigh. And sometimes I can't get there, just bring it in. So again, if you guys coach freestyle, we talk about slide your ankle lace up, bring it in, slide it up. Thanks to the rotation of your foot. Okay, just like you would in freestyle, you're doing an ankle lace. Just kind of, instead of picking it up, slide up the ramp. Not easy. So once I'm here, slide up, rotate that foot. Then this can be a little bit of battle. Stand up with it, finish on the mat. Just resist. From the waist. Yeah, good wizard guy you got now. Okay. Some other things going off in this little collar too. If I'm moving this guy, what's going to happen? He felt the high crotch, felt the single. I don't want to just stay here. I'm going to move this guy. His hands come up. Same thing. If I don't feel there's an attack there, I'm going to change direction on him. Okay. Hand on my collar. Slides like a fish hook. Back my tricep. Now bring my other hand in attack. Okay. Now we may say a lot of miles out of this one. Not going to compete. Just because I can move in one direction, move in the second direction, and actually move in the third direction, going forward. Move my feet. I'm back, move, and actually I pull him towards me. Now here, back to standing, a high crotch or a single leg. What I'm doing here now, I don't like to pull and let go. I think I'm like load the gun, kind of cock everything back. As I'm snapping this guy, I'm trying to snap, he's going to fight that. As I pull, I let my fingers just scrape off his head and his arm, and going for the attack. That's the time you start wrestling. We talk to wrestlers all the time. If you're weak, make sure you have good position. If you're slow, make sure you have good timing. Okay. Bottom line, no matter what technique, how fast you are, if I attack with bad positioning, I'm going to get beat. I'm going to get beat. Move. Okay. Change it up. I move back to my attack. Collar tie, I move to it. Collar tie, move to it. Then I change it up. One more thing I'm trying to snap. Now later in the match I may go for headlocks, but early he's strong. I pull, he resists. Everything pull snaps down. If I'm not like pulling, I'm pushing up. All they need is half an inch. If I snap and he just resists, everything scrapes off. I'm loading the gun right here, loading the gun. Okay, let's go. I'm in. That's the attack. It doesn't have to be a double leg too. Cool. So that's going to be a preference of athletes. Some are going to have great doubles, some are great high crotches. But again, trying to get these guys to move 3 different times. It doesn't happen for 3, you have to do this for a whole period. But move, pull, back. Okay. It's a great drill that you guys do. They get, yes.
How worried are you about that lead leg being out there?
I'm not too worried about it. Great question. How worried about the lead leg? Nice thing, it's hard for him to attack it. This hand's still down when I made my first contact. Okay? I'm circling, I'm moving to it. Second time the hand comes to the fight, keep him out of the wind. And it's really hard for him to attack right now because I'm switching. And if he goes to attack right now, front headlock. Now I'm doing this slow, so looks like my legs are very exposed. When I'm doing this in competition, I'm kind of coming here, my head position is staying key. Even if he attacks, get my head down, shoot. Your head position will always be key in that. Great question. Yeah. That's why I'm teaching this, trying to visualize more. I'm not going to actually stay here to match. So I'll actually be moving them. For the next point, you guys all watching football in here? Okay, a couple years ago, Patriots going to be undefeated season. How many Giant fans in here? Anybody? How do you beat Tom Brady? Pressure. Watch a football game. Who gets tired? Offense or defense in a football game? Defense. The reason is, if I'm on the offensive line, I know which way I'm blocking. I know if I'm back, pass protection, I'm blocking right, I'm blocking left. He's reacting, trying to get the guy the ball. Wrestling's no different. I make him react to me. That's why those pressure guys look like they're in phenomenal shape. They're just making this guy guess the whole time. Now, boom, he's recovering. Boom, he's recovering. Boom, he's recovering. This guy's just so excited off his head. You know, when he gets some takedowns. That's what it's about. It's not scoring points. Here's the other thing to keep in mind. I love getting guys tired. I think it's great. But you can get caught up in a mindset. All you're trying to do is get guys tired. You see it all the time. Really good wrestlers. The whole game plan is get this guy tired. He'll spend 3 or 4 minutes. But he's really never in danger. He's not reacting to it. And all of a sudden, you're at the national tournament or state tournament. This guy's getting so confident. You know, all of a sudden, he's like, I'm still in this match. stumps on the game. He has a little more drive. Because he's not reacting to me. He's just holding position. Hold position, he wrestled a long time. Okay. When I make him react to me, going this way. Maybe do a half shot. Pull this way. Snap. Maybe do another half shot. Pull. Okay. I'm constantly making him react to me. If I can do that, I'll be more successful with my opponent. Doesn't mean I'm not going to give one up now and then. If I make him react, he will get tired. But it's more important, I'm trying to score points. If you emphasize that to your athletes, the importance of scoring points is crucial. Oh, thank you. Get some water. Need some good? Yeah, you can break it heavy doing it. If you do this like 20, 30 minutes of practice, just warming up, so you guys will get warmed up. And the nice thing too, your partner can get strong neck, strong lower back. I mean, he'll tell you he's feeling the pressure a little bit. But if you have your teammates doing it to each other every day, he's going to get pretty good at defending. When you're in a good position, strong back, he should be trying to grab elbows, pick me up. But again, that's why I can't stay here at a time. I mean, one of the most popular attacks right now is elbow pass to a shot. I mean, it's there all the time. If you leave your arms hanging, and you're just kind of, this guy tired, all of a sudden there's a pass. That's not good. I can't hang in ties. Ties are made for a reason, I need to attack them. I'm doing something to make him react. And I don't care if you're just pulling right here, stepping on the feet, making him react. I have to make him react. I just don't want to get caught up hanging out and doing nothing. Okay? So, have your athletes come out, pull, pull. Maybe take a half shot, pull. There doesn't have to be threes, just mix it up. Again, I can pull again, windshield wiper again, pull. Okay? Again, all I'm looking for is those elbows. And you can feel it. Sometimes I'll pull this guy's pretty disciplined, he'll be grabbing his elbow tight. And I know I really don't have a shot. When I shift again, now I'm supposed to loosen up. And pull. My attack. High crotch, single, or double. Everything I do is the single leg, same thing, same concept. Moving them, pull. Again, as this gets looser on my hand, I'll feel it. If this is really tight, he's doing a great job, I'm moving again. Okay, not on the neck, I slide up the hip. And then move, your my indicator. Pull, okay. Again, what makes this work is the timing. I'm making him react, So you guys, when you come out and practice, it can be a little awkward at first because you're getting the footwork down there. Hitting, moving, and keep your head position. Some guys will do it, and kind of keep your head up, you're trying to watch everything that's going on. Okay, right now I'm going to get double. This is my muscle power. Move, head position. Head position. Single. Double. Okay? All off the same shot, same time. That's what I'm really big about. You have one position, master your position, find your niche. Now again, this isn't the only thing you do. If you have guys that are grip underhooks, same thing, one position, they better have attack to this leg, attack to this leg, one headlock. Overhooks, good as picks, polishes, it doesn't matter what your ties. Some guys are great 2-on-1 series, wherever his niche is. You have to have an attack. Every position, you have to attack both sides and over top. This has to be done, okay? It means right, left, front head, double overs. So that's why I try to get caught up saying all I'm going to do is single legs. Because now I'm just teaching one position. And there's so many sets for single leg, so many for a high crotch. They're going to open up anyway. If I start with what I feel comfortable with, which for me, get on that head. Get on that head. Okay? Indicator, boom up. Attack. Okay. Simple attacks, coming off that head. Another nice thing to offer this, yeah, start faking one side, going the other. You do a really nice low single off of this. Again, your head position is going to be really important because the quicker you can finish a low single, the better. Some guys are really good at getting in there and finding a way to finish. If I can finish clean, I need to have something I can take a guy down in 5 seconds. Somebody come in here, if I can do my pulls, I'm going to do a high crotch, he knows it's coming. As he pulls that back, I just change levels. I slide right down to the heel. I'm not trying to shoot at it, I'm just trying to catch it. My head attacks right above the knee, In this position, again, you can't get caught. Some guys are really good here. I prefer not to stay in there too long. So for me, I'm keeping my head right here. I'm looking to hit, circle away, drive out to the mat. Okay. Once I hit, I drive this down. I drive my back foot. Circle opposite. For me, I'm circling my right, driving this in. Try to keep this off the mat. The reason why I like my head up, I'm going to get guys with big, strong legs sometimes. I come in here, and I may not be able to drive this guy down. And this guy starts to fight me back. I go back to my single. Okay. It's real simple. And again, what I emphasize the most, especially with our athletes, find your niche, find a skill level that you're good at. It can be inside tie, underhooks, single legs, master it. You want to find a position in that. How many times you get in there, how many times you get your different feel, you're going to find a way to finish. We've all been there. I mean, certain positions you're in a match, and you coach your athletes. There's certain athletes, you know when they get a leg on an angle, they're going to score 95% of the time. That's just the way it is. You got to find a way to get there as many times as possible, because that's their niche. And once they master that, they can float into something else. For me, growing up, it was pretty much singles, singles, singles. And once I felt really good there, guys figured out how to start switching to doubles and high crotches. Okay? And it was just one of those, you find your niche, get in those positions, you feel better and better at scoring. Okay? So, simple tie-up. Collar tie, high crotch, collar tie, swing single, collar tie to inside tie, doubles, high crotch, singles. Okay? All off the same system. You're not changing anything up. Every match, you pretty much start off doing the same thing. Now you got to make adjustments. Some guys aren't going to reach. Some guys are going to be real disciplined, keep their hands down. That's when you tack hands, crawl the body. You may have to do some fakes, pull the head. Those are little things you got to adjust as a coach, as an athlete. You want to put in those situations and stress them in the matches. Hey, all you can hit right now is everything's off the collar tie, everything's off an underhook. Try to give them those kind of challenges. Any questions so far? Just kind of rambling off here to a position I really believe in. I just think it's kind of part of wrestling. You got to be good at moving the guy. And I think the best way to move a guy is to use your body. Okay? Use your body and move. Now, the other thing I do from off of here, I really like, once I start moving this guy, you go back to my steering wheel and start pushing. Just the best thing about being a human being, if I just walk him backwards, what happens? Right, left, okay? So that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to hit 2 picks off of this. Now when I hit a pick, I'm really looking for something and just trying to grab that heel. I want to try to catch his heel on the mat before I reach. If you get those really flexible guys, really funky with legs, they're waiting for you to pick them so they can slide you by. Have you ever seen that in a match? You come here, guy goes an ankle pick, boom. Okay. If you watch the Russians, they're really patient. When they know you're going to ankle pick, they have you scouted, all they're going to do is they're waiting for you to come down for that leg, and they're going to put all their weight on it, they're going to pass you by. You just relax, they're waiting. They're very good at scouting opponents. That's one thing they'll do, they'll kind of wait, kind of bait you, give you that foot, but they're waiting for a pass by. They put their weight on it, slide you by. Okay? So I hit a pick. As I'm pulling this guy, again, I'm not just looking for a pick, I'm always pulling. They go looking for a single, he stops it, I come back up, good position, pull. Maybe I try a high crotch, it's not there. Later on, it's going back this way. Now I'm going to look for a pick this time. I start walking backwards, I'm waiting for that foot to step. When I do that step, that one right there, boom. That's what I'm looking for. I'm left. When that left leg comes up to me, I'm going to catch it. This hand is crucial for my pick. Everything pushes over that leg. I'm trying to catch that heel on the mat. I'm just trying to buy myself a split second. Where it kind of scrapes on it. You can't get it back. Just buy it a split second. I pull. His foot's caught. Now allows me to pick and punch. Attack the ankle. Okay. So much better than watching guys kind of come out here. And you may get it. Just a horse. You always have this fear of getting slid by or passed by. Look at his ankle, once you get the step, all the weight shifts to that foot. Gabe will tell you it's hard to get your foot back. By the time you're supposed to get it back, okay. But for me, what I'm looking for is to look to really catch weight on that heel. Step, everything shifts. My whole body weight's in the work, not my arms. This is too much. Keep pulling that back. Okay. Use my body weight. Drive it, all my body weight shifts. Catch. When you try to kick away, I got a block. I'm going to swing. two hands to the attack again, not just one hand coming up. Now, for some reason, I do get extended. He starts to pass me by here. This happens. Look at right here. He's trying to spin behind me. He's going to come up with his foot into a big window. As he's going behind me, straight up, like a backstroke. This is actually a good position to be in. Not like you're planning on doing this. When you get beat, you got to collect yourself and get height. Okay. Kind of get beat on this. He starts to pass by right away. Hips are underneath. As he's spinning, my hands will be quicker than his body. Just doing it quick. As he's coming behind, big window. Height, window. Okay. Don't reach back this way. This is going to work. Straight up. No matter how much he scoots, I'm going to win this now. And just straight on the head. Keep scooting, keep scooting, keep scooting. I'll win that. Okay. Worst thing to do is try to follow him, chase him. Now you're in big trouble. Okay. Again, first thing with the take though, I'm laying all the way on the foot so he can't recover. Again, I'm not trapped him, he's falling over. I'm trapped just to find me a split second. Catch. My body and weight's doing the work. Push. Seal it. Goes kick away. Kind of get it nice and tight here. Pull up. Turks. Ready to feel comfortable. Second, I just kind of get beat. He's timing it, pass me by. Right away. Right away. As soon as I'm beat. No matter how much he goes behind me, if I'm patient, pick this up. Go there. But all about the knee sliding again. Knee slide sideways earlier, now I'm going forward. Knees are staying on the knee scoots. Keep this high. Meditation right here. Now this guy's getting smarter. He's going to start shifting his feet and start attacking. When I start pulling, he's not bringing that leg forward. He's keeping it back. The same attack. When I act like I'm going for this, that's the one time I actually go ear to ear. So my head is going to do the one of the work right now. I'm going to trap his head between my hand and push everything over that foot. So I pull, like there, I go to attack, I pull back. Same thing. All the body weight pulls his head, not my hands. Not here. It's a different setup. Something else. Pull first. Catch. Now my head drives. With this here. Now most guys are going to turn away. If he turns into me, it's over. Okay. So even if he pulls that back, miss it, and just keep following up. Head. Crowds his head. Okay. So, hope I can shed some light on this. Just one basic tie. Hopefully about offense.
You said that's when you get extended there, it's a setup to something else?
Yeah, I'll get into that. Because sometimes you're going to get guys that are really good at just holding great position. And you have to use that. But again, I can't stay high. I'll show you why. All right, the question was, I always bring everything to attack, bring my body down. If I'm going to attack off the head, I have to kind of have that mindset, that's what I'm trying to do. And you may know that wrestling guy, I come here and gets hold this position. So, whether it's going to be a single or a high crotch, I'm kind of knowing that going in. I'm just kind of dating them. I'm doing the same thing with the head scrape. I'm pulling, I'm attacking. As he comes up, elbow stays tight. I'm dropping this as hard as I can. If I leave this high, he's going to pass me by. I can drop it. Right to my single leg. I am shot. Okay. So instead of changing my levels, he's just being a little stronger. Come in here, catch it, drop your hand. The longer I stay here, the worse this is. So again, as you master this position, you're going singles and picks, but you know you're not going to get there. Kind of here. Bring your whole body down. It's hard when you've got to pass your body or throw your body, bring your body weight down. You leave something hanging, give them a handle, whip your body. Some guys make a living on whipping your body. I've been a recipient of it a couple times. Okay? Boom. Same thing you do in a high crotch. I can pull myself in. Okay, I've already got the angle. It doesn't have to come from just the tie. If he's on my side, I got some things I can do to him. He can do the same things to me. That's why I'm not big on just hanging. I move first. You know, in a match, I'm just going to go here and single leg. It's going to kind of be okay. I'm going to put it together. Quite honestly, I don't know what I'm looking for. I know what position I'm looking for, but I don't know if I'm going single, high crotch, double, ankle pick. I don't know. But I do know that the more I do this, the better I get. I start putting things together like big single, he pulls that back. One back. Okay, start. Hold on a minute. Big single, I miss, he pulls that leg back, I come up, pull. Sometimes I even come up top. So I'm not worried about him shooting right now. High crotch, when he pulls, there's when a lot of times the guy stays up on his feet. I got some options here. You know, I think the most popular one is get him to step or high crotch double. The other one I really like, got a lot of mileage at him. He's coming here, he waits for that, he starts circling out like he's supposed to. He's supposed to circle towards it, circle and pass. Circle to your right. Yeah. When I go here, I'm looking for the side crotch, he's circling. I just change levels again. Body weight's doing the attack right now. Step the outside, elbow on hip. So I go front headlock. Half high crotch, pull. You know the high crotch double. Step. Just something to throw out there. I don't see where I'm attacking. I can just feel it. I know where his feet have to move. As he steps, I'm dropping the single. Again, I'm waiting for him to first make contact. I don't want to wait for pass-bys. Pass-bys can get kind of ugly after a while. Okay. A couple other things from this attack that I think can work pretty well. One is, back in the very beginning, backhand circle. And instead of just going front headlock, all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull down, attack his chin. Okay? So I don't care what shot it is, single high crotch. I want to make him react. On the way up, this is going to catch his chin. And this is a really powerful position. You wrestle a guy 30, 40 pounds bigger than you. He can't circle out. When both my elbows are in, top hand, I pull the chin. I can literally walk him around the mat. Okay. And I think it's most effective, I just do like a front headlock. I circle away from the chin side, and I kind of, on my way down as I'm circling, I kind of pull the chin and get it extended. I'm doing this, pulling it and getting it extended. My body weight, extend on the back of his neck. It's very powerful for not a lot of work. Again, one right here. Move first into him, then a side step. Okay. Just for me, just like a front headlock. Normally I'm here in a front headlock, and I'm just right here. Side step. I guess it's really powerful. Where his head goes, body follows. All right, any questions? Yeah. Okay, that's pretty much what we talk about as a team, our philosophy. If you can find that position, for me, this single attack, just starting everything off here. And this is just one part of wrestling. If I can come here, do the opposite attack. Collar to a high crotch. Collar to a single. Collar, front head. Okay? Collar to windshield wiper. Pull. High crotch, single, double. Okay? Collar, windshield wiper. Hits, pick, or pick to a shot. Okay? All that for one time. So if you get pretty good at one position, controlling that head, controlling your collar tie, you have a ton of offense. And then you're going to start opening up some other things. One of my favorite things I really like to do, this is going to take, I probably should show this, but I really like this move. But as I start pulling this guy to a match, I'm trying to get this guy to when his near leg to step. Now it works well for me because I'm a lefty. So lefties and righties, this works really well. If I'm wrestling with a lefty, it takes a little bit more work, maybe a little more fatigue factor on his part, but it's something that's pretty simple, looks really hard when you first learn it, Once you have it down, you feel very comfortable doing this. But same is true. I'm moving them, and I get in the step. So maybe give him a little more height so he's a little more relaxed. Again, I'm going to shift his weight away from the leg I want to attack. Again, I just talked about shifting weight away from my attack leg. That's just one part of it. There's other times I'm going to be pulling and attacking the leg and stepping on it. But again, what I'm doing today, I'm trying to keep everything in a system. So as I pull, I get this guy to step. Once that foot steps, I'm going to shift all his body weight to that back foot. I do that with my elbow. I do what I call a little crow hop right here. So what I'm trying to do is get all the weight on this foot and make that foot really light. Okay. So when he steps, step, all this weight shifts. I'm just doing an inside-out sweep. Kick that out. You actually pull that back on. Normally it's still there. So I pull. Once I shift, I hop at the same time. Everything's unison right here. Boom. Step, punch, kick. Okay. You'll be surprised how many times you get that when you get good at this. But again, it's not something I walk out to the mat, shake hands, go. It's probably not going to happen. Unless I'm wrestling character. Actually, very nice. We were both at Lehigh together for a number of years. He's probably the nicest guy in the world because we used to wrestle about every day after practice. He could have crushed me like 20 times, but he's really a gentle giant. But Kerry's really good at defending this stuff and throwing things away. Moving them. Pull. There it is. Okay. Hop in. As I'm hopping, three things are happening. Hopping, pushing, and kicking. All at the same time. Okay. And the last part is just a simple snap. Because all his weight is stuck on one foot. He really doesn't have any balance. Okay? Push with the collar, and I snap. Snap the same side I'm kicking. I'm righty, step, knees come to the club. Okay. A lot of times what happens too in matches, you try this, you may not fall down, but I get an angle on it. I come here, pull, great freestyle movement. Get a little bit of an angle on them, run them right out of bounds. Okay? Again, all this in one collar. So I guess I'm going to open the floor up for you guys. Questions, answers on singles, single finishes, my crotch finishes. Just want to kind of cover our philosophy about sticking with one thing for each wrestler. Have a number of attacks on it. Again, it doesn't mean that if I start getting on the inside, I'm not going to pass this guy by. Okay.
We're going to shift gears to see if we'll go over some defense stuff for wrestling you guys next year.
Yeah.
Like,
Really bad in a half Nelson. You guys are on your back here, it's really helpful for us. Go to your back. That'd be really helpful for us. By the way, I left out all the little key points for Virginia. No, I'm here for you guys. Some other things, again, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if you start getting really good at this collar side stuff, maybe grab a wrist here. Now again, what does this guy do? What are you taught to do when you do a collar tie? Pass it by. Okay? So two things you want to pass by. One thing I like to do, if this guy gets lazy, if the guy does it right, this won't work. You got to read his body language, his foot language. First time, if this guy really burns me and he passes his by, I'm in trouble. If I fight, the more I fight, the worse I'm off. Okay? So what I do is if I get beat there, my hand is going to follow where he's attacking, and I'm putting it right to the mat. I'm just going to slide away from the guy, give myself a second chance. What I do is a little different. Again, I'm using my body weight to my advantage. Okay? Something I feel like I need to do. I was never strong enough to do the other things. If he passed me by, I did this from that, I'm clear. Okay? Now I have understanding what it feels like, where his feet are. Now, if I keep wrestling, this guy gets a little confident he can pass me by, sometimes doesn't move his feet. So I do the same thing. What I do is I attack the inside heel. Again, I have to hit my butt, I got to bounce off of it. Some people are really good at staying on their knees here. I feel like I don't have the same explosiveness. I feel like I kind of get caught up and I'm not finishing quick. Again, in college wrestling or freestyle, you got to finish quick. If you don't finish quick, you're getting funked. And that's a whole new ball game, and that's a whole new technique session. Okay? But if this guy starts getting lazy, he's already passed me by a couple times. Do the same thing. I call a little baseball slide. Same thing. Hands going down where he's attacking it. This time I'm going to aim for his heel. As he's doing it, I cross step. I cross step here, and come right back to the attack. So I'm really bouncing off my hip. My head's coming up and inwards. Because again, I don't want to be in a battle position where I don't like to be. So instead of staying here and fighting, I'm going to keep driving in. Pick this up. My head's always starts at the back of that knee or a hamstring. Now I'm in good position to finish. Okay. Like I said, there's some really good athletes out there that they can just drop and turn a corner. I'm not one of them. Okay. So this comes in here. This side steps. And it's got to be full. I mean, I got to hit and up. If I hit and stay, I'm done. Here. Bounce off it. Both feet back in the attack. Heads up and into them. And drive. Look for the back of that knee. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible to finish. So bouncing off that hip, again, it's key for me. Some guys that have done it, they seem to have better success off the hip. I have seen guys do a good job of just kind of stand on both knees. It's usually pretty good field wrestlers. Not worried about too much funk. Okay? Just something else to think about. The other thing, you get pretty good at this one. Same thing, like I'm attacking this one, I got the wrist, pushing in, and you know that collar tie's coming. Just open your hips up, kind of time it. When it goes past 5, punch it. Okay? Now, for me, when this clears, I'm not looking to throw him down to the mat. This is my key hand. I'm just trying to find the back of his elbow or armpit. So I'm pushing in, he goes here, I'm looking just for that. As I pass him by, I'm looking for him. Some guys are amazing, throw guys down to the mat. I just don't know how they do that. So I'll open my hips up. And I feel it again, this is when you know it's coming. I'm looking for elbow high, elbow high. But this is not going to be an easy finish. It's going to be here, there. Pull down. Okay, it's not going to be easy to pull down for you. So again, you got the first one, he clears, get my hip, sort of push the attack. Second time, you catch his feet, lazy feet, which is very common actually. Head stays up, not down here, on the back of that knee. As he wants to square up. I can start sliding this in. I really like that head behind the knee. The next one, this time I like to have a wrist. Push, feel coming. The whole idea is my arm's not doing the work, my hips. Hips. Here. Okay.
What's your go-to finish for like single leg on the feet?
Single leg onto
Yeah, single leg.
to my feet or
Yeah, if you have a single leg on your feet, not on the mat.
for me it would depend. Single leg on your feet, like already up in the air.
Yep.
Depends what side of the body it's on. If you hit your leg here, if I have to come up, I call it inside outside, to do the opposite. Inside here. Once I come up, a couple things I like to do. I try to make this guy hop. Okay. So I take a big step, make that hop. And the other thing I do, I'll rotate my knee in on this finish, and it acts like a table. Instead of just driving, make him hop and maybe not get it, my knee's kind of pulling away. Do the same thing, make him hop, biggest step as I can, and I rotate my knee in. Acts like a little table for me. Still try to catch the ankle, and now it's really easy. So, a couple finishes. The quicker the better this one works. Again, I'm going to bring my body to attack. I go toe to toe, hips follow. And right now, this hand is going to, I try to hit the hamstring, but it's usually going to slide up to the knee, and I kick it out. So it's kind of a timing. I'm not trying to get him way up in the air, just make him really light on his foot. Ready to finish. Okay. Once I get in here, this is the worst position to be in, I think. You're a junior, some of you guys are junior nationals this year. Shoulders match. Guy did a cut, he kind of crawls weight on one foot. He did a cut back. He broke 2 bones, dislocated his ankle. I don't think it's ever good to have a leg between your legs. So if that happens, I'm moving them. I'll start running the pipe, whatever it takes. But for this furnace right here, as I'm coming up, I try to make a big step, make him hop. He's usually not going to trip over this. What I do is I rotate my knee in. Instead of being this way, with all arms, step in, kick out. Now, there's some other things we do here. We got to be careful with the rules as far as going against the joint. It's a back trick. But most guys, they kind of do this. As soon as you turn your back, a lot of stress on the ankle and the knee. So you don't have to turn your back. All I need to do is catch my heel on his calf. If I just do that and hop forward, I should be able to get this takedown on most guys. Okay. Stay right here. I always want elbow deep, thumb above the elbow. Once I start getting down here, I'll start attacking his power. So hips in, thumb above the elbow, and it's hop in, just catch. Hop in. It'll be slow motion, won't be a quick finish. When you get caught up and you get caught doing this stuff, A, it becomes illegal, and you're going against the joint of the ankle. If you just hop right here, finish. Talk about if you get your leg stuck. So as soon as I come up, if I get stuck here, as soon as this happens, I'll run the pipe, take that deep step again. I'm not waiting to see what he's going to do. Because then you're just looking for fun, looking for trouble. They get stuck, run the pipe, big step. Now every go out there, you get those really flexible guys. No matter what you do, great balance, great flexibility. When that happens, we just talk about get ahead with the leg. So I'm trying to finish, can't do it. Can't kick. I just squat down, punch both hands in the ceiling, on my back arm. Right here. I just got to hold here. Even the flexible guys have a hard time defending it. Again, you're watching the funk. Watching the funk. What I do is I kind of like to walk backside. If I walk into him, he can go into my feet. If I walk backside, he can go to the funk. Stay with me. Here, can't finish. I like to walk backside. So then if he does funk, I can always walk backwards. That helps. Now, if it comes up on the inside, it's a pretty standard finish, pretty effective. And the shot happened to come up, and get stuck right here. First thing, deep elbow. Every time, gotta have deep elbow. Squat down. Sorry. Deep as I can, come up. What happens, he comes up with me. Get down. On his way up, just put him on his butt. And the timing is pretty key here. Toe to toe. If I try it from here, it's a little hard to trip. If I hip down, on his way up, a lot easier. My guy's just trying to hold it, crunch a guy. Hip him down. Little tip I'll do here is I'll kind of circle backside. This is okay. If I can circle, it makes it a lot easier. So I hip, circle backwards, and that's it. As opposed to trying to pick it up. And some guys are pretty good athletes, doesn't matter what they do. And grab you, bring you down. Any other questions? No one? Or anything?
You know, a lot of times you finish back down, the guys are just really good at holding on to the crotch, not letting you secure the two. What do you do there? We've been working on some things with maybe trying to get guys to turn the head. I'm just curious what's in there.
Crack down a couple options. Crack down a couple positions, especially against good people. One thing we gotta do, if we can avoid a crackdown, we want to avoid it. Second thing, the guys that have pretty good feel for wrestling, you actually wrestle a guy with that is really good, turns the corner really well, you can actually time it. Okay? So take my high crotch as deep as I can, trying to double finish, knowing I'm not going to. As he sits, I'm going to put my hand in my back pocket. Okay? Well, Coach Kern, remember Sean Carr? He got really good at this. The guy we had in Maryland, just one shot, took down everybody with it. He made guys want to crack him down because he's a little short guy. But you take a high crotch every time. Get nice and deep like he's going to finish, and he almost paused so the guy goes crack down. Because he went crack down, he would have just hit, like a screw on me. Puts right in the back pocket, and lifted that front foot. It's one of those things that you catch a guy off balance. And especially when there's certain guys, as soon as you high crotch them, it's like, they're really good. Okay? So those guys, you know he's going to go crack. It's his position. I'm not going to high crotch guy that I know is really good there. But if I have 5 seconds, 10 seconds to win a match, I'm going to high crotch, back pocket. So you don't know you're going to hit your hip. So they come in, he's sitting there hip, this is already up. Doesn't matter how much he scoots, he needs his arm for me to be in trouble. Okay? So kind of a anticipation. So as I'm on my way in, he's already trying to drop to his hip. So I hit my shot on the way down, and right up. Oh, pick the foot up, finish the toe. Okay, now the question is once you're stuck there. I'm a really big believer, once we crack this guy down, we have guys that do both. Some guys are really good to keep pressure in that hip, which is great. I feel more comfortable below the knee, but we have guys on your team that I'm not going to change. If they're scoring there, keep it. But I like, if I get high crotch, you guy goes crack down on me, right away, I'm sliding my hips, the outside of his shin, and my shoulder is following. My shoulder is going to be flat on the mat. I'm not keeping it up. I'm not trying to put shoulder pressure on this one. This one's completely different than keeping it high. See, he's scooting. Shoulders going to the mat, arms going to the mat. This is going very deep, staying below. If he can't get this foot in, we'll be all right. Okay? So instead of putting it up here, which is not, I'm not saying that was wrong either, there's a lot of ways to finish. But once I get beat here, as he's going down, my hips are sliding, running the outside. I slide all the way down right here, right in this position. And everything stays tight. It's hard for him to keep scooting on me, because I have his knee. And now it's just going to kind of be a little battle. What I will do is I'll circle in like I'm trying to finish, because I want him to kind of follow with me. Because I'm circling. Once I'm ready, I'll coach my hand on the mat, and back out. Okay? I circle with it, staying below. This is already loaded up on my hip. Already loaded up on my hip. Right in this position. Okay? I'm circling, post, I take a big step, and back out. Okay. The reason why I like that position, I feel like it's really hard for the score on. I don't let the guy left in my crotch, my knees are pinched, I'm constantly moving my body. Listen here. Here I'm going to get deep. Shoulder drops. Now you can scoot all at once. And I feel pretty comfortable here. Another position I don't mind is you guys locks around the chest, and you hook the arms and try to roll them up. I'm not a big fan of that one as much. Under my chest.
No, around his waist.
Yeah. So here, again, I talk about it all the time, bringing two hands to the fight, two hands to the attack. This is great, but if I can minimize, I'm not trying to minimize everything. If I can get my hand to attack, I'll have this hand as freedom. If this guy's really strong, I can hook this, but if he gets me extended, I'm in trouble. What I do is, all I do is I reach up for his forearm right here. And this is going to slide to the wrist. Don't worry about anything else. Just grab. I want to go to front bridge. And again, this is really good for a quick finish. You can say try to stack them up. The odds are a little lower, especially against a good guy. If I can grab right here, go to my forehead, I'm just going to walk around until I walk over his head. It slides down to the wrist, I circle. Once I come over his head, I cut to a double. Yeah. It's a great quick way to finish if you're stuck in a crack. You gotta watch your chest and you stay there for a long time. Now lock that out. One. Right over his head. Once I'm here, let go. This is ham's in tight. Looking for my double leg. Grab it back. That helps a little bit. There's other positions. I kind of get stuck in my shoulder, get stuck high. I'll keep it high in his hip. Try to hook his foot and jam my shoulder on the inside of his hip. Stay right here. And try to hop to it. But again, now you're getting a good funky guy. You can start rolling you up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because I wrestled in the late 80s, 90s, and I took a shot really strong.
Yeah.
You know,
You got to be able to defend the funk. I mean, everything should be, every shot needs to be in and up or in and backside. Once you pause, you're in trouble. There's some guys out there.
So when you're teaching your team defense, Pat, you teach them, what do you teach them?
Defense,
Yeah.
real standard. Square the hips. You know, he's on a
I was
single
just
leg.
curious if you were saying everybody's doing the funk. I'm just wondering if you're
We're not doing the funk.
defending that or
We're trying to defend this. There's some trick. I'll just get in some little tips off the single leg. This guy defends single leg. Hits his knees. Right now, I can't scroll back right now. The more I push into him, the better it's for him. Okay. So once I get stuck in this position, you know when you're beat or not. What I need to do is, he's pretty strong pushing in. Okay. Where is he not strong? There's nothing right there. Okay. So I'll push in because he wants to come up. I'm going to help him. Do a little whizzer. I'm going to pull him forward. this is going to split his grip or he's going to land on his face. Okay? So he beats me. And instead of trying to, I see guys doing this, trying to stuff the head, strong guys coming up. Good, just come up. That's just not going to work. I come here, I go push his head, he's starting to come up. Boom forward, I square my hips. Okay, boom forward, square your hips. Again, he has nothing here. Try to do it slow. I push in, I pull everything back, then I attack his head on the way down. Boom. Break the space. Once I land, this hand's blocking the knee. And as soon as I rotate, the leg he's attacking, rotate that toe on the mat, it gets real heavy. Really score. Okay. For me, I was terrible at single leg defense. Even if I scroll back, I always had my legs on the mat. So that was caught. And it's not a bad strategy, but hold on a second. If I was here, I was trying to keep this with the guy drives in and pushes me backwards. I'm getting pushed backwards. Okay, I don't like that. So one day I had a coach that actually broke it down for me. Just blocking here, exposed to the hip. Now he can't chase me. And watch what happens. So Gabe will tell you, there's no big pressure here, right? Just rotating my toe right there. Push my opposite hip down. Instead of just trying to put my hip down, right now, the strong guys will lift me up. Posting in the middle. Yeah. But I keep the same pressure and rotate my hip. I'm still sliding down. Still sliding down. Toes to the outside. Really tough for Gabe to hold on, isn't it? We got a hamstring, an ankle, whatever I get. Sir. But again, the trick here for me, so you get deep right here. This isn't good. He's strong. Pull him forward. Hip extended. Now I hit. Now I attack. First I defended. Hit down. Rotate. That's what kind of teaching that defense. As opposed to funk.
Yeah.
You work on stopping the funk.
Turn the corner, float with it. Depends what he's funking with. A lot of times I think you see stuff where trying to find a position. I just think when you start to learn, you try not to get funked, but if he starts, not because he's got a single leg, he grabs an ankle or two hands on the leg, starts to roll. If he starts to roll right here, the worst thing I think I can do is stay right here. My foot's not very heavy. Okay? I did all this work, he's starting to come up. If I can, yep, I'm done right now. So as soon as he's rolling, I'm going with it. I'm taking my shin, my foot on the mat, everything's going forward in the back of his pit, right here. A lot of weight right now. Okay. And the reason why I really like this position, I'm doing an arm bar. Okay. But it's really hard. Gabe will tell you, he goes from feeling pretty good to feeling pretty bad quickly. So depending on how he funks, whatever he's doing, hold that first. Right here. Again, I'm not keep this out. I gotta put all the pressure. I'm strongest with everything in line with my hip. Yeah. Gabe will tell you, he's pretty weak, don't you? He can't come up. Back those hands, pull this up. Boom. So usually I go with the funk and try to stay high and put weight on it. I think the worst things you can do, I'm trying to do this type of stuff. Lock in the garage, trying to kick away. I just stay in vertical position. So try to float with it when we can, make them carry our hips. Got some of the tricks, but again, it depends on what he's doing. Usually guys have tendencies, that you scout, give a guy in your league, you have a tendency to funk a particular way. And that's just one particular way. The guys lock in the crotch. Some guys kind of go elbow deep, roll through. There's different strategies for locking guys out. Trying to trap hip on the mat, floating with it, keeping weight on. I think that's where the Turks got so big. It really eliminated a lot of the funk. Like I said, in and up. If in and up means I can't get my feet, I'm coming here. You know, again, I'm sitting on my hip right here. I'm not falling sideways. I stay right on my hip. Okay, when I start coming up, he starts grabbing that ankle. He starts ripping it. Anytime I can stand that hip, good position. So again, so many different funks, so many ways into it, it's kind of hard to pinpoint one particular position. Any other questions?
Sorry. You know, you were going from your tricep collar type, shooting your high C. You know, you change off to the near ankle, bump them in the hip. A lot of guys that lock up that and freeze that hip. You gotta score real quick, you don't have time to step near, you know.
Maybe
turn your
freeze up the
legs.
hip, like grab his ankle or
They may, go on there in a high C,
I see.
all right, you lift. And change off left hand to the far ankle, all right, and then double to the hip. Okay, right there. You know, a lot of times to work that turns the legs is hard.
It's really hard.
You gotta score.
Yeah, I think the key is your positioning here. Once I'm attacking, my forearms are doing a lot of work, my elbows too. They're actually kind of locking this out. See him just wince a little bit? That makes him think besides my lock, okay? Right here's okay. If I can, little curl right here. Helps that bony elbows too. When I straighten this out too, I mean, he's gonna be pulling this tight. So I gotta, if I have to pinch, I have to pull him up to my crotch. Now, once I lock this out, see his legs locked out? When I start arching my back, this opens. He's not thinking about locking right now. But again, the key here is I'm gonna start crawling up with my back elbow. I'm really trying to get height. I'm trying to lock him on the mat. I don't want him to keep following me. I don't want him to keep circling. If he keeps circling, we're gonna be here all day against the old man. If I can kind of keep all my weight on at the same time, slide up. He's really trying to hold this. It's hard for him. But even if I come to here, once I get that cross face, it's hard for me. Even if he's
I coach a lot of kids to just keep that, to stay away from the turf.
stay away from the turkey.
Yeah, so they'll take that bottom leg, keep it behind the trail on the other one.
Yeah. But if I already knocked him down, I kind of haven't. You talking about this position?
Right.
Yeah.
And they'll keep the hill, they'll keep the hills back.
Yeah. This is a little tougher position.
Right.
Here, what I do is I'm going to try to attack that foot on the mat. Okay. If I can go here, straighten that out. I've already done stuff where I can step or step just to kind of arch my back, because I want to attack this grip. Now, the only thing I gotta be careful is you don't have good shoulders, you're not going to be in good shape here. But when I'm in this position, anytime I can attack low, that's what I need to do. Okay? This is a completely different position than this one. I used to get killed on this in college. Mike Cole in Clarion. He used to roll me up. Okay? And one of the few things that I can do here, he usually took me down, so this might not be really helpful. So if I could actually beat him with my hips, if I could drive in here, and I could shift this to my knee and feed him, this I want to be. Okay? Now, if he starts to roll still, instead of fighting it, I'll just go belly this way, kind of put my hips down. Everybody wants to roll all the way. Once he's starting to roll me through, slide your hips over his face. Because at that point, you might not get that dirt if he's locked on. I wish I would have known to do that more in college.
He didn't get you an ass.
Oh, he got me. Every time. So, I mean, funk is there for a reason. It's working. Okay? I think the best answer is try to stay away from as much as you can, or put you guys in positions and fight those positions. You gotta learn when to turn. You have to develop a feel and a funk. You can't just teach a technique and that's going to be it. You have to put them there. They're going to have to learn to feel the position a little bit. You can tell them what to do there, but like when a guy starts rolling, he's got to have that opportunity. He's got to know and feel it when to slide back over your face.
I'm getting a few guys that are turning to the head.
You turn to the head, yeah.
And catching a few more people versus getting frozen up and not.
Usually I turn to the head, I can only hold it for a couple seconds, he rolls. That's when I found it really effective. I can slide over his face.
Close.
Yeah, it's really hard for him because he's looking for an angle. It's like he's trying to attack the weak part of your body.
I just think it's like such an unfamiliar position.
Unless you put your kids there.
And
You put them there a couple days a week in the room.
They're starting to have
So
success.
you're going to have to, as you start studying film and start watching which guys' ways are turning, like I said, there's so many different funks out there. You can't just say, hey, stop the funk, because some guys are attacking the ankles, some are attacking the hips, some are attacking the knees. Some are rolling one way, others are rolling the other.
Would you say, as a college coach, you're showing more kids how to stop from getting turns there?
Yeah, we play in those positions. We'll spend time there. We don't have time to get in everything we do. But we do spend a lot of time, especially there's certain teams that we wrestle, we know are going to funk. And part of it is having that anticipation. When you know it's kind of coming, you can actually bait a guy to funk you, and that's important. So when you can bait a funker, you can score a lot of points. Or just score one funk, maybe a difference. But if you know what he's going to do, you know he's great at the funk, if you can anticipate it, it's a lot easier to do.
Can you show that same position one more time, what you just showed?
Which one is the lock to the crotch?
Yeah, when you were double, you locked and started rolling through.
Yeah, once you get locked here, the whole concept is to come this way and feed him your knee. Now, guys are still pretty strong right here. Okay? So if I feel like I'm still getting beat, I'll just like hold this and stay right here. But if I feel like I'm getting beat or I have to score, I literally am going to try to slide my whole body over his face. So as he starts to roll, I'm literally coming this way. I'm push. I don't want to fall this side. I want to stay right in the middle. This is not a good position for him. Especially like I can hold this position. Now he's perfectly walking towards his. If I stay here, he's going to bite. If I start walking over, he's worried about getting pinned. He's going to have to break that lock face. So anytime you can slide over a guy's face, not roll, but slide over, and be heavy, it's hard for him to fall. It's hard for me to fall. Not saying you can't. You just find out getting a little more success when it's fall. Actually, maybe 25 times or something like that to us last year. We tried to conquer and receive it. Any other questions?
Lake County?
Leg count? Maybe
Crossbody.
crossbody, right? Don't get it. A lot of leg count. First thing we're teaching, the one thing this guy wants to do, he wants to keep his hips up high, he wants to keep extended. As this leg is coming in, first you have to keep the guy feet. I mean, this is almost too late. When I know it's coming in, I gotta hip it down, I gotta start kind of sliding down. I'm really working low. Everything's staying tight over this leg. I'm gonna do a lot of foot fighting right here. Okay? But all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get as low as possible and make this guy react. Okay? He's not gonna be able to stay here much longer. Apart from the lock right here, I'm in pretty good shape. He's probably, I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's gonna have to try to start scrambling right here. Well, first thing, once I hit down, my knees will find his heels. If he's really long, it'll be my feet. If he's not long, my knee's gonna find his heel. Start working this up. And I'm always pushing it down and away. Elbows are staying tight. So once I'm in, I slide down, I'm kind of locking his hip down. I don't want to be too high in the cross face. I stay nice and low. Bring my knee down to the heel. Everything's pushing down. Push down. Right in this position. Okay. Now I feel pretty good here. Now, so many different ways out. I can grab here, push on the knees. I can step on the foot, push back. Let's do some troubleshooting. The guy locks his own leg. This, you guys get stuck here, this is not good. Okay? It's like locked hands. A couple things you can do. Try to push this down. I'm trying to get my bottom knee under his ankle. Okay? If this guy's trying to scoot, trying to come behind me, keep pressing. As he's doing that, it's like locked hands. If I can push this down and get my knees up, I'm going to break this grip now. Both knees are inside. I'm going to go to the far side. Split back. It's a lot more powerful and more efficient. I'm trying to peel this. Okay. You're not getting that right here. Yeah. So I'm going to push that heel down. I can bring my knees to the flat this time. Up here. Keep that. Sorry. Got to keep that locked a little bit. Here to here. Once I'm here, find the far side. And the nice thing about this is most guys that ride the left leg don't want to be on the right hip. So once he's here, he's trying to scoot, I'm trying to wrestle. Now I'm in good shape. He'll still start to wrestle, but I get height. I break that grip. And again, I'm not coming up high, I'm staying low. Right. When you want to grab here, and some guys have problems doing it because it's such a kind of long arms. Grab, stretch. The big key here is pushing back into this guy, not just hopping over. Even extended. I need my back finding his chest right where to go. And we have guys that struggle there. Once I change that size over, here, boom. If I can't reach this foot, he's doing a good job of kind of keeping it away. Just get a step on it. Same principle though. I gotta get him extended. The tighter he is, the stronger he is. I keep this hand down. This is kind of a feeler, almost like a switch. I'll actually push back into him, get my top hip, and that. Right here. So my back never leaves his body. That's when I get in trouble. If I try to hop off, strong guy, I'm going to go to your back. Trouble. Yeah, I learned it the hard way. Working on Troy Letters first couple of years when he came to late eye. If you turn the wrong way, he was powerful. down as low as you can, away from his power. Those are two things pretty much. Leg comes in, you gotta be down right away. Right here. If I can push right here, clear this, great. If not, he locks that, which is pretty common. Pretty common. Push. Knees on the inside. If I want to go back to that side, I can. Now I gotta start playing the game. They here pinch. There's so many different ways out once you're here. Again, the only way you're going to learn that, you got to put them in situations. You got to go live. Got to go live. Because they can drill that 100 times. They're not going to get it until they get beat a few times. So they'll learn where they can and can't go.
Any chance of seeing your bar series checkpoints?
None.
No?
No. Yeah. Bar series.
Poor kid.
Yeah. I'm trying to do it. You want to see like ways into it or
Yeah, like,
running
you know,
it?
what you do is set up, get into it, then how you run it.
There's so many ways to get into it.
Yeah, mostly how you run it. I don't
If you have leggers, if you're a legger, you can get into it all day long. The problem with guys that are leggers, they don't like to be leg out. If you're a legger, you can get the crossbar, take it out, and you can run it all day. I'll just show some really couple simple ways. So not actually, I shouldn't say simple, because there really isn't a simple way to get into an arm bar. You usually got to get it after you break the guy down, or if you have a leg in it. It's usually a secondary thing. Some of the things that I look for, I like to drive this guy forward as hard as I could. Again, I wasn't a strong guy, so I usually had to do 2 or 3 things just to get something done. If I could put all his weight on his hands, that's what I was looking for. Then I wanted to shift it up. Once I push the weight on, he wants to push back. That's okay. I need to put the weight on his hand off the whistle. So knee to butt, and I drove forward. I came here. Nope, push back, pull down. If I could do that in a match, I'm just going to. That never happened. I tried it. I couldn't get it. Push the knee. So what I do is I bring his back knee. My back knee, as I'm driving, just block. Seal. Exactly right here. Okay. Driving. I block it right here. And all I did, I just changed direction, just like on your feet. I was driving. Again, this is all happening in a split second. Just block and form right over my thigh. Right here. Now here's where, this kind of sounds stupid, I got a lot of miles out of this. I just wait for this guy to come up, nice tight waist, and I sit back. And it's amazing how many guys post under hand right here. Yeah, that's all I would do is change levels, head right behind the elbow, and an arm bar. You'll be surprised. If you knock a guy down enough times, you'll be able to, you'll see a guy, he should be posted inside, but after a while he just wants to get up. And kind of like a tight waist is kind of like in boxing, guys do a lot of body blows. The guys get tired and wear them out and you can't see it because there's no marks. Right at tight waist, this is a great position. If I knock a guy down right here, even on this bar, if I can just cinch this up, just pinch my arms, my shoulder into my wrist and drive him down. Now, he's going to try to belly out first. It's not going to really happen. I'll just stay right here. I'm taking a lot out of him. He doesn't even know. He's not even feeling so much. Usually riding out about 30, 40 seconds, really feel a difference. Once I'm riding him, I kind of give him a little bit of hope. Pressure up. As soon as it comes up, right away. Head drops, right below the elbow. Now, real simple. Once I knock this down, this never leaves the mat. I don't try to pick my head up and bar it up. Keep my head on it, lift the wrist. This is my head, it stays in here. This bends in. I can thread the needle. Okay? All I'm doing here, thread the needle, slide up. Okay? This one time I like to sit on my hips. If I find when you do this guy can spin with you all day. Okay? Just like that.
Pat, can you do this over this way a little bit?
Yeah. Once I'm in this position, and I load up that arm bar, the most important thing I'm focusing on, shoulder and knee is pretty important, but if I just focus on shoulder and knee, 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen? Against good guys. Stalemate. I just start tweeting. My main focus is if I can get this shoulder to the mat, I'm going to go run this arm bar. Okay? And this is why I like to kind of sit on this hip. What I'm going to do is I'm either going to block this or go one-on-one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck this under to make sure this shoulder hits the mat. And when I'm doing that, grab it off with this foot, and my bottom leg here is going to slide and get height. Because as this gets higher, this gets lower. So So he's probably going to turn away, trying to fight. I can grab this wrist or go one-on-one, either one. Okay. Once I pull this or lock it, get height. As I'm driving, I'm blocking right here, step, get height. All the pressure's going on that far shoulder. Don't worry about this shoulder because you'll get called if you start running this side. I'm just trying to pick them up and forward. Didn't even go shoulder in the ear yet. Once that shoulder's down, it's over. Now, shoulder in the ear, walk around the head. Here I just take my time. Elbow stays in the back, sit through, kind of lock this in position. Once I lock this in, he's not going anywhere. Get your points, and as you feel him react, one or the other, I'll sell him for my pin. Okay. So usually I'm not going to pin him here. This hand is just like that one defense, the takedown. Kind of swims over his back. I'm keeping everything tight. This position. If you get that far, you're going to pin a guy. But that's not one of the most effective ways. Some other effective ways, if he's on his belly. Now, a lot of times it's hard to pin a guy, but when you're pinned, you can stay down here all day. So depending on what you want to do, you can throw a leg in, go arm bar. A lot of times, just come back for an ankle and start crunching right here. And he's not going to let me take him over. So he starts to fight that. I slide off the head, just like you scraped off the single legs. Slide off the head. My elbow's in the mat right now. Right now, he wants to pull that hand forward. But right now, he can't. Elbow's in the mat. I'll continue to drive. I'm traveling right here. Now I have a choice. I can pop back to the side on the arm bar, or I can start to maybe turn his head, walk around it. Okay? Walk around the deck. If he's turning that way, just turn his head. Can't turn into me. I'm blocked off. Those are two quick ways. Obviously, I think a leg in is great. Leg in, bar it up. I think a lot of times off the takedown, there's arm bars there. You'd be surprised. How many guys are going to take it down, their elbows come out. The thing is, once you have it, you got to cinch it. Don't try to run it until you cinch it, then run it. So, some tips for the arm bar.
Can you show that that little trick on the breakdown again? You know, with the knee.
So again, what I'm doing is I'm driving everything forward. Okay. So knee to butt, driving, knees fighting back. As I'm fighting, knee blocks, just block over the heel. That creates space. Going down. And from this position, I'm in great shape. And again, this will wear a guy out. He goes the belly out. And it's just, I'm making him work right now. I'm not doing anything. And if I don't have that, I have my one-on-one, which I usually grab with 4 fingers. In this position, as he's going it out, I'll walk with him. It's the easiest time to get that arm out, as he's fighting. So it's another avenue. He's not stepping up, holds up, he's giving me a wrist. So you can ride a guy all day. Now we can just give more of our guys. Arm bars are not, that's one thing I learned over the years. I love arm bars. They're hard to teach. You're only going to find 1 or 2 guys on your team that's really going to get a niche for them. Those guys that can run them on general competition, but at a high level, you're only going to find a couple guys that can really have that feel. You can't force it. It's kind of a field position. You can wear it out. Great in college, you get a ton of riding time. You can pick up other turns off of it. But just a general running arm bar, it's kind of tough to score a lot of points unless you have a great feel. And again, if you want someone to get a great feel, you got to put them in that live situation, which means one of your guys is getting abused. It's not a fun position to be in. It's like any other position like we talked about. Just from the beginning, you find a position, you really have to hone in on it. You have to master that position. There's no real secrets in wrestling. You know, everybody has their little points. I've been around long enough to know that there's a lot more than one way to score a takedown. So many ways to finish a single leg. A lot of ways to set up a single leg. A lot of ways to finish a high crotch, set up a high crotch. You have to find what works for your athletes. And this is why it's important I study film all the time. Every morning when I come in, I spend 45 minutes watching video. For me, it's important because I may see something that a guy ties up just like one of our guys. And it might be completely different than I would ever show. But if our athlete can hit it that way, I have to know how to show it to them. I maybe never do it myself, but I never know what I'm doing when I'm showing it. You can't. I don't like that. I don't want to be a team to be easily scouted. So I don't want to have our 10 wrestlers all wrestle the same way. I want to say, oh, every one of the guys is going to come with a left collar tie swing sand. I don't want that. I think that's too easy to scout. I think in your room, if everybody wrestles the same, you get really good at wrestling people that wrestle the same. We have some guys hitting high crotches, some guys wrestling off the elbows, some guys wrestling off inside ties, some guys touch and go guys. That's great for a room and great for an environment. And you want to encourage your guys, if they're strong at something, encourage them to finish that way and develop their style within their strengths. The reason why people usually pick a certain style, it's usually because of the way their body is designed. They're strong in certain positions, weak in others, or flexible in certain positions, not flexible in other positions. You notice the guys that if they can, put their head behind their leg, or behind their head, a lot of times they're leggers. The guy can sit on his heels this way, he's probably going to turn his knees out pretty well when you shoot on him. I mean, there's a reason why they go to that, because they have their strengths and their weaknesses. And it's important as coaches, we have to identify what our wrestlers are good at. And for us in college, it comes down to scouting. We're scouting the guy, we got to be able to say, okay, I like this, he's a winner. Can we help him? Or is our side going to be able to help him? You better be able to help the guy, because that's kind of responsibility of college coaches. Yeah, they're wrestling for us, but we're working for them, because they're coming in to be national champions, so we got to go out there and develop them. You guys are working to make these guys state players or state champions and develop them. I mean, ultimately, develop the whole person when they graduate, but for 4 years, they have goals when they come in. Kids want to win. So it's our job to find ways that they can win. Some guys, it's just as simple as he's a great athlete, just get in good position and let him go. Some guys are great scramblers, keep in good position and let him go. Some guys have a big heart, huge gas tank, no technique. Now you got to teach them technique with some positioning, let him go. So you got to find your strengths for each athlete. Keep asking.
Anything real quick on bottom? Escaping.
Escaping? A lot of times for me on bottom end, for me, if you have a really explosive guys and they can just get out. For me, I do a lot of things where I have to kind of seal off, do a lot of changeover type things. I think a standard thing that's good for everybody to do is kind of it's like a half switch changeover. This way. When I come up here, outside leg up, I want to flank him with my butt, with my back. I'm always pushing back into him. This hand stays tight. If I can seal off one side, I think I'm going to be out. And once I'm in this position, knees coming under, this hand kind of finds the fingers right here. Okay, instead of trying to do this, I need this in the post. Okay? I don't want him, if he goes to block it, I should be out. If he goes to chop, he has nothing to hold me with. I should be out. A lot of guys stay underneath here. Instead of coming here, when I lose my height, keep my height. Thumb finds right here. Boom. It's the same thing when I stand up off the whistle. If I step off the whistle, if I'm explosive enough, I can get this up. If I can cut across, turn the corner here, I got to seal this off so he can't attack. Again, once I come up, I want this elbow defined. As I come back and push it into him, once I'm here, get my thumbs find it back here. Find that back pocket. Right. Some guys are pretty athletic. The thing about bottom wrestling, it's not just stand up, you're out. It doesn't work that way. Okay? You got an outside stand-up guy. If I just do an outside stand-up, he's going to knock me on my face. If I do an outside stand-up and keep turning into him and finding my back, here, I got something working. Okay? So, bottom wrestling, we spend a lot of time doing it. A lot of it we do things like elevators, sit-outs, changeovers. The guys that can stand up off the whistle, stand up the whistle, they go. Other guys, you may have to seal off. We do a couple things that this guy's a chop, we follow the chop. Inside up, kind of walking head up so you don't get cradled. Then start shooting up. Or some guys are really good at baby stand-ups. I'm not big on baby stand-ups. I think there's so many easy ways to defend a baby stand-up, like grabbing legs, picking them up, knocking them down. Wastes a lot of time. But again, the big chop guy, they follow the chop. Attack the hands. If you beat the chop, change over like we just talked about. Stand-ups are great. Short sits. Some guys are great at sitting on the butt. They'll let it up, whisper right to here. I hate this position. Some guys are great here. I'd rather be here. Give them one side. If that's the strong side, I'll probably go here. Put them on the weak side. And then I have something to attack. But bottom wrestling is more of it's more positioning than anything else. Some coaches just say, keep going hard. Keep going hard and take a lot of beatings. I have some guys just stand up as hard as they can, and you just get thrown down as hard as they can. But you have to have a purpose. You have to seal something off. If you can seal off half the body, they'll get out. And bottom wrestling goes into a whole new, you get good at guys, you start coming up, guys chop, you go into elevators, there's so much into it. But I wouldn't get caught up in saying, this is the way you have to stand up and that's it. Again, body type are going to dictate that. We have certain guys, if you're really tall, you're probably not going to stand up. You know, it's going to be more of a get knocked down, knee slide, then come up. You're probably not just going to fire when you whistle. Depends on how close we are. You got slow twitch, fast twitch, medium twitch. That helped. Wasn't really anything specific because I don't think there is a right or wrong answer. It's like when someone says, show me a takedown. Depends what he's doing on top. Depends on what he's reacting on our feet. That depends on what we're doing to get off the bottom. Depends what we're doing to score on our feet. If it's chop, I'll follow the chop. If I can beat the chop, I'll change it over. If I can stand up, I'll stand up. If I need the elevator, I'll elevator. A lot of different tricks.
You call a baby stand-up, I guess that's like a tripod stand.
Yeah, it's kind of coming right here. This is really good because a lot of these slides. I've just seen so many guys that are getting so good at defending that anymore. It's like as soon as he's going to baby stand-up, just dropping the leg. We had a guy a few years ago who was pretty good at baby stand-up. Halfway through the season, it was just like, grab his leg, run him down, boom, grab the other leg. And there's so many little things. Every time he goes to do a tripod, even if I don't stand up, I can step on his feet, knock him over. You can spend all day knocking guys down. Then he stands up. I can't knock him down. As he stands up, I can break the gear, go to a crash down. In college wrestling, that's bad. I can knock that down and spend 30, 40 seconds in there. So we'll have certain guys, we'll let them do baby stand-ups, but they better be pretty good there. If they're going to do it, we got to make sure they're efficient. We're not getting rid of it for 40, 50 seconds, because you have to be able to get out in 30 seconds or less. Bottom line, it comes overtime, you got to get out in 30 seconds. If you're a baby stand-up guy, that could cause you some time. Not a bad thing. Again, if you're really good at it, I think a lot of these coaches go long enough to know that sometimes you tell guys they don't go to crackdown, but they're really good in the crackdown. Have at it. If that's the case, let them do what they want to do. Any questions?
Any suggestions when the top guys just jumping down on the ankle?
Jump down the ankle?
Yeah, you jump, in other words, you're on top.
He's got my ankle?
Yeah, just jump.
Yeah, I think your whole position. Actually, I think, they always talk about, throwing your weight on your ankle and clear it. Well, instead of just doing this, it's easier to pick it up and drive forward. As he goes to pick it up, if I keep my toe on the mat and just slide my body forward here, now I have an ankle. If I just try to do this, he's going to ride it. So I used to bait guys, I used to come here and kind of steal things off and get my ankle, and so he grabs it and comes out. But if he's pulling it up, he's driving forward, all I have to do, instead of trying, I'm not going to win this battle. He's winning right now. So I can slide forward, get that foot to the mat, now I'm in good position. I'm not trying to peel it off, kind of push it down. If I have to keep weight on here, else he's going to pick it up. If you pick your ankle up, you're in trouble. The worst thing you do is, I see guys have an ankle and they try to stand up on the other foot. That's just driving me crazy. You're in 45 seconds. So once it happens, you got to move with it. I have to find my toe to the mat, and it's just that rotation again. Okay. Or somebody maybe have to come here, and you feel how the guys react. If I just let him pick it up, I'm in trouble. So if he picks it up, knee slide. Back over.
How much near the near side?
Near side, I think that's actually a tougher one to clear. The same type of concept. If he goes near side, what I do is I turn my whole body and I sit on it. If he picks this up again, I'm in trouble. So I do is I rotate my knee out, everything under my chest, and push back. Yeah. Once you drop that hand, he actually was pulling it off because I put a lot of pressure on his hand. Kind of slide on it like a gut wrench. Don't want to get rid of it. The whole key on that one is just like on it. If the guy's a single leg. If I turn my knee out like this is okay. If I get my whole body behind it, it's a lot of power. I never went outside my joint. Okay, I'm not out here. Same thing on the inside ankle. With the inside ankle, I can outside step, push back. Now if I want, I can slide forward. He's going to remove himself. That helpful? Quick questions? Thank you very much.